That gym card is still sitting in your wallet. You haven't used it since March. And this month, right on schedule, the charge is going through anyway. Picture the receipt, not the little tap-and-go kind, the old paper kind, spooling out longer than it should, pooling on the counter. Somewhere near the bottom is a number you don't want to circle. That number is your real cost per visit, and in a moment, you're going to do the math and say it out loud. But first, notice what your thumb does every time it hovers over that cancel button. It stops, not because you love burpees, because cancelling feels like admitting something, that the money's already gone, that it didn't work out. There's a gremlin behind that feeling, and by the end, you'll see exactly what he's been guarding, and why the relief on the other side of quitting was never really about fitness at all. That card in your wallet isn't loyalty, it's a receipt. That gym card is still in your wallet. You haven't used it since March. And every month the charge goes through anyway. Quiet, automatic, unbothered. You tell yourself you'll go back next week. You won't. But here's the strange part. It's not the workouts you're protecting. It's the $90 initiation fee you paid on day one. Somewhere in your brain, cancelling now feels like admitting that fee was wasted. So you keep paying, a little at a time, just to avoid saying it out loud. There's a gremlin for this, and he doesn't care about your biceps. Call him the Notary. His whole job is stamping your past decisions as valid, as long as you keep feeding them. He doesn't whisper, "Go work out." He whispers, "If you cancel now, that first payment meant nothing." And your brain, hating to be wrong about its own choices, agrees to keep paying rather than face that thought. This has a name outside the gym too, the sunk cost fallacy. Psychologists Hal Arks and Catherine Bloomer documented it decades ago. Once people have sunk money into something, they keep pouring in more, even when the smart move is to stop. It sits right next to something Leon Festinger called cognitive dissonance. Your brain hates holding two conflicting ideas, like, "I'm smart with money," and "I paid for something I don't use." Continuing to pay quiets the discomfort. It doesn't fix the mistake, and gyms know this better than you do. The non-refundable initiation fee isn't just an accident. Many gyms structure it exactly this way, and it lines up with something behavioral economists have studied for decades. Once you've sunk money you can't get back, you're far more likely to keep paying just to justify that first hit. The fee isn't there to cover keycards. It's there to install the Notary in your head, rent-free, for as long as you keep the membership. So ask yourself something, honestly, the way you would with a friend. What's something else you're still paying for? A subscription, a course, a piece of equipment? Purely because cancelling it would mean admitting the first purchase didn't pay off. You don't have to name it out loud, but if you want, drop just the category in the comments. Subscription, course, gear, whatever it is. It's worth sitting with. What's it costing you to keep protecting that first decision? Here's the part that stings a little. This was never about discipline. If it were, you'd have found 30 minutes twice a week by now. Everyone can on paper. What you actually lack isn't willpower. It's permission to admit the fee didn't work out. Cancelling doesn't feel like fixing a budget. It feels like losing an argument with your past self. And nobody wants to lose that argument, especially not to a version of themselves from 4 months ago. But look at the math the Notary doesn't want you to run. That initiation fee is already spent. It was spent the second you handed over your card. Nothing you do today, cancel or don't, brings 1 cent of it back. The only live decision on the table is the monthly charge going forward. Treating a dead cost like a debt you still owe is exactly the trick. It's not loyalty. It's an accounting error dressed up as integrity. Here's the counter move, and it's specific. Take the total you've paid since you stopped going, fee included, and divide it by the number of times you actually walked in. That number is your real cost per visit. Say it out loud. If a single gym visit is costing you $40, $60, $80, ask yourself plainly, Would you pay that price today for this, starting from zero? If the honest answer is no, the notary's stamp just lost its authority. Cancelling doesn't erase what you spent. It just stops the second mistake from funding the first one. The fee stays spent either way. That part was decided months ago. The only thing still up for grabs is whether you keep paying tribute to a decision that already happened, or whether you let it close on its own terms with nothing owed. So the next time your thumb hovers over that cancel button, notice who's really stopping you. It's not your future fitness. It's a gremlin guarding your ego, dressed up as loyalty to a decision you made in a different season of your life. The relief on the other side of that click isn't about money at all. It's about finally being allowed to say, a past choice didn't work out, and moving on anyway. What's your notary been guarding for you? Drop the answer in the comments. Just the thing, not the amount.